This man owned a wardrobe that could control time. Inside, time would accelerate tens of thousands of times faster than normal. Even the hands on his watch would spin wildly as the seconds flew by. After spending 10 days inside, when he emerged, only a few minutes had passed in the real world. That's when he got a brilliant idea. He quickly grabbed his textbooks and rushed back into the wardrobe because he had an important exam that morning and hadn't even started studying yet. When he showed up to the exam, his classmates stared at him in bewilderment. He had transformed from a fresh-faced young man into a bearded, middle-aged guy. But with this wardrobe, he always had more time than everyone else. He went from being a total slacker to graduating with honors and landing a job at a Fortune 500 company. Soon, the man began showing incredible talent. Tasks that took others weeks to complete, he could knock out in a single night. As long as he had that wardrobe, he possessed tens of thousands of times more time than anyone else. The man was promoted and got raises at lightning speed, jumping from entry-level employee straight to department supervisor. But using the wardrobe so frequently came with consequences. Even though he was only in his 20s, he looked much older than his peers. Still, to keep up with his demanding workload, he had no choice but to keep using the wardrobe. His performance kept soaring, but his body kept deteriorating. The man was promoted to company partner. At the celebration party, a colleague just lightly patted his shoulder, and his body suddenly collapsed. When he woke up in the hospital, the doctor told him that while he was only 30 years old, his body was like that of a 60-year-old, plagued with all sorts of age-related illnesses. Now, the man was truly scared. He hid the wardrobe key in a box and decided never to use it again. But without all that extra time, his work performance began to slip. His colleagues mentioned that his name wasn't on the next promotion list. He was just one step away from becoming CEO. So he dug out the key again, opened the wardrobe, put the key in his pocket, grabbed a huge box of files, and climbed inside. He studied the materials intensively, but just as he finished learning everything and wanted to get out, the key in his pocket had vanished. As time continued racing by at breakneck speed, the man began to despair. He could see the key that had fallen outside the wardrobe, but there was nothing he could do about it. Just then, his son came running to the storage room looking for his father. The man kept shouting his son's name, but since time flowed differently in the two spaces, his son appeared completely motionless from his perspective. Eventually, as more and more time passed, the man had withered into a pale, elderly figure. By the time his son picked up the key from the floor and opened the wardrobe, the man had already turned to ashes. The bewildered child was so frightened that he dropped the key and curiously stepped inside the wardrobe. The next second, the door suddenly slammed shut. When the mother finally opened the wardrobe again, all she found was her son's bracelet.